These are the types of encounters that damage trust between police and the public. A peaceful yard sale. Couponed goods laid out on the lawn. No theft, no complaint, no crime, but a sheriff shows up and starts pushing accusations of shoplifting. The man calmly defending his rights says it best. Unless you can speak to the items out there in the grass, I don't know what else you can do to investigate. And he's right, because there was never anything to investigate in the first place. A man sitting peacefully outside his home, items neatly laid out for a yard sale. His girlfriend, a seasoned couponer, isn't even present, but her work is. Bulk items from stores, all purchased legally, all ready for resale. Then a sheriff approaches. No theft report, no video evidence, just suspicion because the man won't ID himself. He explains, "This is a yard sale. My girlfriend couponed everything here." But the sheriff isn't having it. He insists having multiples of items is suspicious. The man pushes back, citing his Fifth Amendment rights and demanding to know what crime he's suspected of. The man stays calm. He records everything, repeating the same truth. No crime has occurred, and he has the right to remain silent. Still, the officers linger, demand to speak with his girlfriend, and eventually call for backup. Watch the full video and see how quickly your rights vanish when someone in uniform decides you're suspicious.
I'm now recording this interaction because this was a consensual conversation where you walked upon me and decided that because I won't give you my ID, that you're going to say that the result of couponing is now shoplifting. I've asked you to leave. I said I do not want to continue this consensual conversation. You refuse. Said I don't get to dictate when you leave, and that's fine.
You didn't actually ask me.
Yes, I did.
But
I asked to end this conversation. I am asking you to leave. I wanted to end this conversation. Okay, well, I've given you the information I have. Unless you can speak to the items out there in the grass, I don't know what else you can do to investigate. I've explained that my girlfriend coupons to you. I've explained that this is the result of that. I don't know what else that you want. She shops all over.
I just came here to have a simple conversation.
And I told you my name's Tony.
Your obstruction of that is...
There's no obstruction. Obstruction is a physical act. I'm not obstructing you. I do not have to help in your investigation. That is not my job. That is your job. You're required to do your investigation. I'm not required to say anything to you under the Fifth Amendment. You have a supervisor coming?
I've already advised you. I am the supervisor.
Okay, I wanted your supervisor. Isn't that your policy to try to contact your supervisor? I've asked you to leave. I would like for you to leave. You have no reason to be here. I've explained to you how we have come upon these items.
I was asked to be here, so I do have a reason to be here.
Okay, you can investigate somewhere else. No, there's nothing else for you to investigate here.
This is where it's occurring.
Okay, I understand that, but I've asked you to leave. You have no right to be here. I don't want to give you a hard time, but you're coming up here on baseless accusations.
You started with giving me a hard time. That's where we started.
No, I didn't. I just told you I wasn't going to give you my ID because I don't have to. Will you come back and apologize if you find out with what you're doing right now is completely wrong? I understand that. I asked for his supervisor. I know, I want his supervisor because what he's doing is completely baseless. He has no right to just walk up and assume that all this is shoplifted.
I don't know anything about it.
Did somebody credible call you all and say, hey, I know for a fact all this stuff is shoplifted?
I don't know. I just got here.
Because suspicion that it's shoplifted doesn't give you a right to come up on me and demand my ID and say that there's possibly a crime here. I told him I wouldn't give him my ID because there's no crime committed and we are not a stop and ID state. And so he decides to push the issue further. Am I incorrect about that? Do I have to ID to you if I have not committed a crime? We are not a stop and ID state, are we?
Well, if there's reasonable suspicion, yes.
No, if I'm detained and I give you a false name, it's a crime. If I am lawfully arrested, I have to give you my ID. I do not have to give you my ID just because you ask for it. We're not a stop and ID state. It's not a requirement. I don't have an issue with y'all doing your job, but now I think it's going a little too far. There's 4 officers with a man sitting down in a chair.
So she's on return to duty, so we're considered one because I'm training her.
Okay, I understand that, but there are 4 people with weapons standing in front of me, correct? Okay. For what?
We're investigating a crime.
Okay.
You were requested to assist with an officer that was conducting
but my
an
question is, what reasonable articulable suspicion do you have that these items were stolen?
I don't know. It's not my case. I was requested to assist another agency, so that's what we're here doing.
So nobody can give me any answers on why you reasonably believe these items are stolen.
Like I said, this is the first time I've met you. I don't know all the details.
I've explained to him that my girlfriend coupons,
Okay.
and that we come by these lawfully.
Okay.
She does this for a living, for the purpose of selling these. We have these sales years and years and years in a row, and not once has anybody ever come up to us and suspected us. We've had cops stop and shop here. We've had no issues. Well,
if she coupons, she should have. Most couponers keep pretty good records. I mean, does she have receipts for all
I'm
this?
sure she has tons of receipts, either in her purse or in the house.
I was because you said there's no way to prove it.
She does Ibotta. She does Ibotta. She does the other little thing that gives you stuff for your receipts. Yes.
It would be a very simple request for me to walk up and ask to see the receipts. Would you be willing to do that?
You could ask that.
Would you be willing
But
to
unless you can prove that there was a crime committed, there would be no reason for me to have to. Now, she may voluntarily do it when she gets back.
She's on her way, though.
I don't know where she's at.
I didn't.
You did.
I asked you simple questions.
I gave you answers. You weren't happy with those
You didn't
answers.
answer all my questions.
Told you where the stuff come from.
No,
Told you my
never
first
told me
name.
where anything came from.
It came from stores where they were purchased with coupons.
That's not an answer.
It is an answer. There's multiple stores throughout this city. There's multiple locations people can purchase items. These were purchased from all kinds of different stores.
Like where?
Like anywhere from Kroger to Walmart to Dollar General to Family Dollar to CVS to Walgreens. Anywhere that offers coupons that you can get digitally and that you can use manufacturer coupons on. It's how couponing works. You find things on sale, you use the coupons, you get them for even cheaper. I mean, you're getting them for a price where it's almost a steal, but it's not stealing.
Sure.
I don't understand why you're still here trying to perpetuate the idea that this is
You told
somehow
me I was
theft.
to stick with your girlfriend, so now
No,
we're
I said that
waiting
you
till
could
she-
have. Now I've asked you to leave. I mean, this is
This
unlawful
not-
detention.
You told me this
This
is
is
not your home.
this is an unlawful detention.
You told me this is not your home.
This is an unlawful detention.
Did you tell me?
This is an unlawful detention. I have 4 people with guns,
Reasonable suspicion.
but it's not. You can't articulate how it's a crime to have multiple things in your
I
yard.
didn't say that.
Okay, it's not a crime then, so you don't have reasonable suspicion. You don't have a video. You don't have a video. You don't have any evidence, anybody saying my name, that I shoplifted, nothing matching my description coming out of a store. Okay, I told you that my name is Tony. I go by Tony. My name's Antonio.
A lot of Tonys in this world. That doesn't help me at all.
My name is Antonio.
Okay.
That's as far as I want to give you. I don't have to ID myself to you.
Okay.
I've not committed a crime. I know I've not committed a crime.
That's what everybody that commits a crime says. So that doesn't really help my investigation.
Okay. You just remember what you're saying and how you're acting. I'll smile for you. Is that what you want?
Been nothing but cordial.
I'll give you a thumbs up and smile for you. I've not committed a crime. I don't have any issue with you all taking pictures of me. I'm glad that you all don't have any issue with me recording you all, because it is my First Amendment right to do so. They had 2
Ridiculous.
BGPD officers
I
show
wish
up.
I knew who recorded me because she's not getting no more deals in this sale. I bet it was that lady that was just here.
I don't know, but I told them that you coupon, that literally this is your life's work, that this is what you do, but the answer wasn't sufficient.
Like I told him, I have to sell this so I can afford to give away. I give away school supplies at the start of the year. I collect hats, warm underlayers, blankets, and tents for the homeless. I put out a free table and I share all the food that's about to expire or barely expired with the neighborhood. Everybody knows that.
It's
That's what I
literally
do.
the most
But in
innocent
order for me
thing.
to put that many hours, and it's like 5 days a week out of 7 after work, I'll be out here, getting these deals every single day. Otherwise, I can't afford to get all the free stuff. It's really all about a labor of love. Now, but when I have tents and I find out there's a newly homeless person, I'll say, go find you a spot deep in the woods, because it's illegal for a man to rest on the ground now. It's a war against poor people in this country, and it's not your fault. It's the statute that the city has made. There's no shelters. The Salvation Army's always full, and there's no place for them to stay.
I just let you know, camping in a tent is also illegal now as well.
Well, they gotta sleep somewhere, Come on. Over here, they don't know.
Okay. Do you have any questions for us?
Besides, I would like to know that the lady's name that recorded me, so she can be banned from my cell.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just don't release that type of stuff because we don't want that kind of drama or people angry with each other or anything like that. So,
Well, it's false reporting. That's a.
It's coming with a
well, it's a suspicion. I think it's fair.
I mean, after 6 years of being here, I mean, police stop and shop here that patrol this neighborhood. The ice cream truck stops and shops here.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's like everybody stops to shop here. For 6 years, every summer I have
Thank
a
you.
sale. Nobody has ever said anything to me. It just makes me mad that somebody would call and report, and that you'd have to have this many people out here and scared. Like for the last hour, this yard would have been full of customers. Now all these customers have missed this yard because some lady wants
To be fair, I was just trying to ask some simple questions, but I couldn't get a simple answer. So it just made it more complicated. It extended the time that we were here because we couldn't get a clear answer.
I told you where the stuff came from. You weren't happy with me telling you that it was from couponing, though. It's the same answer she gave you, except for now you saw the coupons in her window.
Right. Yeah, a little bit of evidence goes a long way.
I mean, you immediately walked on me. I can't go anywhere. I was detained from the moment you walked up.
Because I don't know who you are.
Right, so I can't give you any evidence. I can't show you anything. I can't do anything to help
You
further.
absolutely could have,
I couldn't.
but you refused to. And when you refuse to identify, the courts have held that is legal to.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, that's all we got. I appreciate you.
Is there an incident number?
Despite detaining the man for nearly 40 minutes and trying to tie legal goods to stolen property, no charges were filed. The girlfriend showed proof of couponing, the officers backed off, and eventually they left. But the damage? Lost sales, lost peace, and yet another reminder that knowing your rights is crucial. Now this one is different because the man doesn't just stand his ground. He grills the officer with brutal honesty and sharp humor. Sitting calmly in his car on a hot day, this black man gets approached by not one, but two cops for doing absolutely nothing. But instead of panicking, he flips the script and roasts them with jokes, facts, and a juror badge. If you think knowing your rights is powerful, wait until you add a little comedy to it. He's just sitting there, windows down, heat blazing, Taco Bell probably not far off, when two officers stroll up like he's committed some sort of crime. But this man fires back with humor. "I'm almost 300 pounds and you think I'm getting attacked by a little dog?" he says, laughing as he shows his juror badge. "This means I don't have a record," he jokes, holding it up like a gold medal. And through it all, he stays cool, roasting the cops with confidence while reminding everyone watching, sitting in your car while black is apparently still suspicious. But that doesn't mean you stay silent. The officers fumble. They throw out only one excuse. "You looked suspicious." Watch the full video because this is how you handle intimidation. Share your opinion in the comments.
So I'm sitting here in my car today. I had two pigs walk up and ask me, what am I doing? I'm sitting in the car on a hot day. Wow, I didn't know that was illegal. Oh, let me turn around and see him. This is the officer. Hi, officer. Hold on, let me show my juror badge. Hold on, let me show my juror badge. Hold on, this black guy he does jury duty. Oh my gosh, this black guy does jury duty. Wow, this is beautiful. So the officer's here talking to me. I have to, it's sad. I got to drive around with a juror badge because you got like this. So I asked him, where does he, why are you even talking to me? And he said, "I was worried about you. You weigh almost 300 pounds. You might get raped by a little doll." And I just felt like such a bitch. I really did. I'm almost 300 pounds, but something might be wrong with me because I'm sitting in a car on a hot day. You're right. Sir, that's illegal. That raises big old questions. And what the f*** are you doing with a juror badge and you're a black man? I don't know, because every black man commits crimes. And so do Mexicans commit crimes. So we cannot see them sitting in a car all day long. They're up to something. And you got two pigs. That's what the f*** they are. And the reason why they're pigs, because a pig is dirty. See, that's why people call them pigs, because they're dirty. Okay? You don't have to do anything. The minute you were born black, that's what you did. Because it's illegal for a black man to be sitting in a car on a hot day with his windows down. Okay? And I don't understand this. They're still here. I told him, "Officer, there's nothing wrong. I don't need you."
Go back to that, mama.
And guess what? They're still standing here as if though we are doing something. So I want you to I want to record all of this stuff. All my viewers, and I'm going to post this up at the proper time. But they're still standing here. He's still standing. I told him there's not a problem. He still has his ass here like he wants to talk to somebody. I don't want to talk to you. You don't have If you had I might want to talk to your ass. But he's still sitting here. I guess the guy must find me attractive. So we'll see how long they're going to stand here and talk to me.
Shout out Daniel.
Well, I can't talk to you. You won't talk to me.
Oh, do you hear that? It's like SpongeBob with the big blue hair, the big bear in the blue house. I want to talk to you. I'm lonely.
All right.
Okay, officer, you're lonely. It's they're leaving. They're leaving. They're leaving.
Shout out Daniel Hahn.
Shout out Daniel Hahn. So now, guess what? Guess what, world? They're leaving. Because I know my rights. I know I haven't did anything wrong.
Thank you for watching. If you believe in holding public officials accountable and protecting your rights, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It motivates us to bring you more eye-opening videos like this. The original video links are in the description. Check them out and support the creators. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and always record. We'll see you in the next video.